Hello my darlings, it's Dean back with another video. It is very early in the morning, but I decided to come into the office to clean up and get sorted and just really get it together. I'm in and out of here all week with my visual merchandising position. It doesn't give me much time to be in the office these days, and so when I am in here, it's like, and so everything's kind of thrown around. That being said, today is a day that I'm going to go through my inventory and select pieces to go off to TheRealReal that I'm going to send off to TheRealReal. TheRealReal is a luxury consignment site. I have been shopping on there for years. I used to shop on Fashion File and TheRealReal, but now, you know, TheRealReal is kind of where I kind of stake my claim. And it's a site that I always used to send my higher end luxury items. And I do that because with my consignment, I don't want to say winnings, like my earnings, I will use that money to buy luxury purchases that I am ogling. So this is the site where I buy most of my luxury purses. This is where I buy my Louboutins, darling. And it's just good for me so that I'm not necessarily spending my own money. I don't have to go into like my own cash, and I never cash out. I think I've cashed out like once from TheRealReal. So yeah, it's just kind of my, you know, I leave the money over there, and if I want something, I buy it and whatever. I was saving up for my Chanel Jumbo, but after purchasing my after discovering my Rebecca Minkoff Affair bags, that lust for the Chanel Jumbo has kind of gone away. And so I'm currently saving up for an well, no, I actually have the money in there, for an MCM tote bag. However, I don't want to spend all that money. I kind of just want to leave it there for a minute. So for Christmas, I'm going to gift myself with an MCM tote bag from TheRealReal. Anyway, that being said, I pulled some items already. Hope it doesn't shake the camera. I pulled some items already, and I'm going to go through and pull some more. But as well as showing you the items that I'm sending, I'm going to give you a few tips. Excuse me. I'm going to give you a few tips for those of you who are thinking about consigning with TheRealReal that I think will help you out. It's relatively easy. I'm going to actually have like the shipment thing here. So let's go through and I'll show you a few pieces that I'm sending off to them or considering sending off to them. So the first item, item, even though it's a pair of shoes, are these Kate Spade dress sandals. These have been in my closet probably about 2 or 3 months. Not my closet, the Posh closet, and actually these are 8.5, so I really could keep them. But I won't. I'll send them off. So these are just some beautiful Kate Spade satin pumps. I really love this detail. You know, as I bringing Tanya onto my channel and fully explaining my style personality, now you can see how I shop and what I look for. And so these dramatic bows, and if you're not familiar, I'll leave the video up here with stylist Tanya Evans, how she walked us through our style personalities. But yeah, just the bow is what really got me with those. This is an Eero top. Now Eero, I've sold a few pieces on eBay, but have I sold anything on Poshmark? Not so much. That's the tag. Eero is a brand that, you know, I've seen everywhere. Saks, Neiman's, and yeah, this sells pretty well on. I've sold a few pieces, like I said, on eBay, but nothing as of yet on the Poshmark, and so this is being sent. Now these two purchases, like I said, there are times when I thrift items and I know I'm just immediately going to send them off to TheRealReal. These are some Max Mara. This is one of the 2 Max Mara skirts that I'm going to be sending off. There's the tag that I'm just going to go ahead and send it off to TheRealReal because I just don't think that I have the customer base for it, and that the customer that wants it is going to find it from me on Poshmark. So this is a pencil skirt that I'm going to send off to them. Let me look at this skirt. I just saw like a little hole. No, that's fine. And then here is the second skirt from Max Mara. I love this tribal print. It's a beautiful pencil skirt. Here's the back. And then here is, I literally just took this out of a bin. I'm gonna scoot back a little bit. This, I thought this was gonna sell like immediately, but it has been in my closet for about a year, in my Posh closet for about a year. This is a Robert Rodriguez sequin dress, and I thought this would definitely sell. Is it one of those? No, it's not one of those that you kind of change. But I think that, and I love the back. It's like kind of a racer back, but not really. And so I'm just going to send this off to TheRealReal. I feel like they have the customer for it. And then last but not least, this Karen Millen dress. Yeah, this is. I purchased this a couple months ago. Just a pencil dress. Just a pencil dress, very slim pencil dress, floral dress. This is very much like a royal wedding type of dress. Every time I see this, I'm like, this, somebody should have got this to wear to the royal wedding, honey. Oh, I have one more piece to show you. Hold on. Totally forgot about the piece. Hold on one second. So, this Rebecca Minkoff bag, I purchased this at American Thrift a few months ago, and I was so excited about it, and I just knew that when fall came, I was going to rock it. Now it's November and I have not worn it once, and so I'm going to sell it. I'm considering sending it off to TheRealReal. I feel like they have that Rebecca Minkoff customer. I would put it on Poshmark, but unless I'm gonna give you the real, I'm gonna give you the truth. I feel like if I put it on Poshmark, it's not going to sell for the price that I want it to sell for. And so I'm deciding if the Poshmark profit or the TheRealReal profit will be greater. If I sell it on the TheRealReal, it's going to go into that little consignment kitty that'll go towards another bag, right? Or a pair of shoes or whatever. If I sell this on the Poshmark, it's just going to go into my, my income. And so I'm just trying to see if I want it to be, if I want TheRealReal funds or if I want Poshmark funds. I'm veering towards TheRealReal funds because I feel like I'm going to get more money for the bag. End all be all. So I don't know. Or I may just keep it because, I may go to Chicago in February and be like, dang, I should have never sold that bag. Because this is a good fall bag. Like, the color is amazing. And so, yeah. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think I should do? Should I keep or sell? Because she's such a good bag. I just haven't worn her. So, that being said, let me give you a few tips. Now that I've shown you the pieces that I am going to be sending off to TheRealReal. Oh. Sorry. It's a little stuck. Okay, so let me give you a few tips. Just some quick tips that I think will help you. Because there are some that are just like, I don't know about TheRealReal. Is it good? Should I do it? I think the first thing that you need to do is you need to do your research. On the TheRealReal site, they have a consignment list of all the vendors that, or that they receive, or that they not receive, that they accept. I would say go through that list and see if you have any of those pieces, basically. And then in part of doing your research, there may be brands on there that you're not familiar with. So, and I've said this over and over again, you need to go to those higher end stores and study the brands, right? If you don't have those stores, the internet is your best friend. You can always go onto the Neiman Marcus, Saks Fifth Avenue, Bloomingdale's, Barney's, Bergdorf Goodman websites, and just sit there and kind of peruse. And you don't have to necessarily just, look for name brands, but just, increase your eye, right? Just increase your knowledge of the different brands that are on there. So if you go onto the TheRealReal site and you see a brand that you don't know anything about, you've never seen that name before, type it into Google, type it into Bergdorf or Saks, Neiman's, whatever website, and just check out their stuff. And then once you're out there thrifting, consignment, garagement sale, hunting, if you see that brand, then bam, you can either resell it or send it on to the TheRealReal. So do your research on the TheRealReal side, but then personally do some research on those higher end sites, so that if you see something, you're familiar with that name, you're familiar with that brand. The blessing for me is that as a visual merchandiser for so many years, I am in and out of these stores, and after my assignment's over, I'll literally go and walk the floor, go through clearance, and check out the different brands. If you follow me on Instagram at IamDionDean, then you know this to be true, right? The second part of it is launder the clothes. A lot of times the RealReal, if they just go through and it just looks like they're just automatically just going to send it back to you. And that's the thing. Whatever they don't accept, they mail back. So do your best, you know, launder the clothes, check for holes. Like I was looking at that one skirt. I was like, oh, that looks like it has a little hole. Turned out not to have a hole. It was just the glare of the light. But launder the clothes, check the clothes so that you're not disappointed when they send something back. And you're like, wait a minute, this is like a perfectly like brand new whatever blouse or pants or whatever. The third part is be patient. Okay, so what happens is when people go onto the website, they may buy something, you'll get a sale because you're able to see your sales in the website. They may end up returning it, and so you may not make that money that month or whatever. You'll see these great sales, and then 10 days later you see decreased sales because people have returned the item that you bought. Be patient. The reason why, like I said, the reason why I like it so much is because I can send stuff there and kind of not necessarily forget it, but I don't have to watch the sales. Okay, I can just send it there and I check it maybe once a week to see if anything is sold, and that money, that consignment money, is just sitting there ready to be spent on the brand new Louboutins, darling. Actually, I've been looking at like these really fly Manolo Blahnik boots. That might be another Christmas present to myself, but that's a side note. But the third tip is really to be patient. This is not like a reselling Poshmark eBay where you list something and bam, it's sold and you get, no. I use it as my little security fund or whatever, my designer security fund. So just a quick video just to bring you guys into that. I know some of you have had questions about selling on the RealReal, and I just want to show you some of the pieces that I sold, that I am selling or sending to them, as well as just give you a few tips to help you sell better on there as well. All right, so let me get to work because I got a whole lot of sorting to do and cleaning up. All right, love you. We never pay retail. Mwah. Bye. Check out some of my favorite thrift stores in West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami, Dallas, and Chicago. DionDean.com/list.